One day, someone will tell their grandchildren about a world with no internet, no smartphones, no social media, no streaming, no GPS, no Google, no Wi-Fi, and those children will look at them the same way we look at someone describing life before electricity, because we are witnessing something extraordinary. For the first time in human history, an entire way of life has disappeared, and the people who remember it are becoming a minority. This is the story of the last generation to remember life before the internet, and why their experience may never happen again. If you were born before the internet became part of everyday life, you lived in two different worlds. The first world existed for thousands of years. The second arrived almost overnight, and once it arrived, everything changed. The last generation to remember life before the internet remembers things younger generations have never experienced. Not because they are older, because the world itself was fundamentally different. Imagine needing an answer. Today, you pull out a phone, type a question, and within seconds, you have millions of results. But before the internet, you had to work for information. You went to libraries, read encyclopedias, looked through books, asked teachers, called experts. Information wasn't instantly available. Knowledge required effort, and because it required effort, people often valued it differently. Arguments could last for days. Nobody could simply pull out a phone and settle the debate. Sometimes people just had to wonder. Today, that sounds inconvenient, but it also created something we've nearly lost: patience. Before GPS, people got lost a lot. Road trips involved paper maps, written directions, landmarks, gas stations, wrong turns, and occasionally complete confusion. You didn't have a calm robotic voice saying, "Recalculating." You figured it out, somehow. There was uncertainty, adventure, and often stories worth telling later. Today, we rarely get lost, but we may also experience fewer unexpected discoveries. Perhaps the biggest difference was childhood itself. Kids disappeared for hours. Parents didn't track them through apps. There were no location pins, no constant texting. You left home in the morning, you came back before dark. That was the arrangement. Neighborhoods became playgrounds, creeks became kingdoms, bicycles became freedom machines. Children learned independence because they had to. They solved problems without immediately calling for help. They developed confidence through experience. The internet generation gained many advantages, but it lost something too: the freedom of being unreachable. The age of boredom. Here's something younger generations rarely experience: being bored. Truly bored. No phone, no tablet, no streaming service, no endless scrolling, just boredom. And surprisingly, boredom was often where creativity began. Kids invented games, built forts, explored woods, started hobbies, read books, created imaginary worlds. Today, boredom lasts seconds before a screen fills the gap. But some experts believe boredom was never the enemy. It was the doorway to imagination. The last pre-internet generation remembers friendship before social media. Friends weren't followers. Relationships weren't measured by likes. Conversations weren't public performances. If you wanted to talk to someone, you actually talked to them, face to face, voice to voice. There was no audience, no algorithm, no viral moment. Just people connecting with people. Many would argue social media has connected the world. Others would argue it has made people feel more isolated than ever. Either way, the change has been enormous. Before the internet, embarrassing moments usually disappeared. There was no permanent record, no viral videos, no screenshots, no digital archive preserving every mistake forever. People could reinvent themselves, move on, grow. Today, nearly everything leaves a footprint. Every search, every post, every photo, every opinion. Future generations may never fully understand what it was like to live anonymously, because anonymity itself is becoming rare. Think about this. For thousands of years, human beings lived one way. Then within a few decades, communication changed, shopping changed, dating changed, friendships changed, business changed, entertainment changed, politics changed, education changed. Almost every aspect of life transformed. The last generation before the internet didn't simply witness change. They witnessed one of the greatest shifts in human history, a dividing line between two eras. the analog world and the digital world. Was life better before the internet? Medical knowledge improved, communication became easier, information became accessible, opportunities expanded. The internet changed countless lives for the better. But that's not really the question. The question is, what did we gain and what did we lose? Because every revolution comes with both. The people who lived in both worlds are uniquely positioned to answer that question. And someday, their memories may become some of the most valuable historical perspectives we have. The last generation before the internet remembers something future generations may never experience: a slower world, a quieter world, a less connected world, a more mysterious world, not necessarily better, not necessarily worse, just different. And perhaps that's why their stories matter, because understanding where we've been helps us understand where we're going. The Bible reminds us in Ecclesiastes 1 verse 9, "The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun." Technology changes, cultures change, generations change, but human nature remains remarkably the same. The challenge for every generation is learning how to use new tools without allowing those tools to use us. Until next time, keep asking questions, keep seeking truth, and stay rock solid.